Alright guys, so I'm going to take you through this drawing. Let me zoom out. We're going to end up making this drawing. We're going to use a combination of these three sketches to put it together. Notice this view is looking from the top down. This is looking from the side, and this is looking from behind it. So this view right here is looking at it from this angle here. Alright, so let's just jump right in. You can see this measurement down here. It's telling us is 130. We'll use millimeters. So this measurement is 130 millimeters. It obviously doesn't extend to the end, so we need to figure out the length of this piece. So we come to here. You can see these are overlaid, right? So the edges line up perfectly. All of this lines up. So it's very safe looking at a picture like this to drop this line down. Say, okay, that's where we are. So from here to here is 130. Now this is telling us this has a radius of 20, and of course its center is this point right here. So from here to here must be 20 millimeters. So we put it all together. From here to here is 130, and from this point to the end is another 20. So this bottom piece is going to be 150 millimeters. So let's go in and start our drawing. We'll call it example 5. I'm going to go right to the front. I'm going to change my workspace units to millimeters. Green check. Sketch. Wants my sketch plane, the front plane. I'll just click it. And I'm going to start with a line. Again, make sure you use these orange dotted line. I'm just going to draw a line across. Click anywhere and then type 150 followed by enter. Alright, so I'm going to draw this back line now, and let's go figure out how tall that should be. So again, from this corner to the center of this circle is 40. This larger circle has a diameter of 50, so it's 25 millimeters from the center to the outside edge. So 40 plus 25 going to be 65. So draw it straight up. Again, make sure the orange lines are there. You'll also notice to the bottom and right of my cursor, you see the perpendicular symbol, meaning it's perpendicular to the line. Notice the bottom line right now is orange. If I move it, it's not orange. So that constraint there, just to the right and beneath my cursor, is telling me this line I'm making is perpendicular to the bottom orange line. So I can just click and then type 65. So now I know I need to come over. I just don't know how much, so we'll go back to my drawing. We kind of do know, right? Because this arc has a diameter of 50, meaning from here to here is going to be 50 millimeters. So make sure it's orange. Again, you can see to the right and below my cursor the horizontal line. So I'm just going to click and then type 50 followed by enter. Now I need to drop it down. Again, we can look. So I'm basically here, right? Notice the edge is going to get rounded, but I'm basically floating in space somewhere right about here. So I need to come down 25 to get to the center, and then I need to come down 30 more. So I'm coming down 55 millimeters. So I'm going to drop this line, and 55 followed by enter. So we know this box is 50 wide. The whole thing's 150, so I need a horizontal line that is 100 units. And then I drop down, and this one should be 10. So we're perfect. Right, we've made our two-dimensional outline. So you probably already know this, but we're going to use the extrude tool. And the question is, how much do we extrude it? what's the width from this outside corner back to this outside corner? You look at this drawing here, it's telling us it's 40. This one's also telling us 40 right here. So that means we just have to, I'm still in my sketch, extrude, and change this to 40. Green check. And again, we're not there, but you can see we're starting to get this basic shape going. So where we choose to work next is totally up to us. I'm going to choose a circle here, so I'm going to make this cutout. So I'm going to come down to this corner. I need to go up 30 and over the radius, which is 25. So I'm going to use sketch. I'm going to click this plane. This is where I want to make my sketch. I'm going to do a line and construction. So I've clicked both construction and line. And I need to go up 30. So I'm just going to click anywhere. Make sure you don't click that. Remember, that constrains it. That's not good. So we'll go a little beyond it. Type 30. Then we need to come straight in and type 25. So this point right here marks the center of this circle. So we basically marked this point here. And I need a 30 diameter, a 30 millimeter diameter circle. Remember, this symbol is diameter. I'm going to come in, pick my circle, make it right on that dot, and then click and type 30. So now it's back to the extrude tool. This time we want to remove. So we should be on solid and remove. And if you remember, from here to here was 40. So if we change this to 40, we will cut our hole all the way through. Alright, so while we're doing holes, we know we have to make a hole in the back here. Right, so we have to cut this hole out. We notice it's just the shape of a rectangle. We can see the rectangle starts 10 units in, because this is 10 wide, so it's 10 units in, and it's 10 units up. This 10 right here shows us from here to here is 10. So this corner is 10 units in and 10 units up from the bottom. The rectangle itself, we can see, is 20 wide. And then if you remember, from here down to the bottom was 65. We're up 10. So it's going to be 20 by 55, 55. 65, the total length, minus this 10. So let me rotate around and just click this to get it nice and straight. I'm going to click sketch. Once my sketch plane, I'm going to click this face, do my line and construction again. And I'm just going to start right in this bottom corner, come over 10, come up 10, and then press escape. So this is where my rectangle is going to start, so let me click rectangle and click right on that point, come over 20 and up some distance, doesn't matter. Oops, I double clicked, so let me start that again. I'm going to come over and up, click, I'm going to type 20 for that bottom number, enter, and 55, enter. So there's my rectangle, and again back to extrude. If I wasn't, I would click solid and then remove. If you remember from before, from this back side to the front was 50, so I need to extrude 50. Green check. And again, one step closer to our final shape. The next thing we're going to do, let's come back, and this oval. Right, so what we notice with the oval, the center of this arc is 65 from the center of this arc. Not super helpful, except when we remember that the center of this is 25 in from the back. So we're basically coming over 25 and over another 65 to get to this point. So we're coming over 90. And you'll also note that if this radius is 20, that's from this out edge to here. So this is 40, right? So the point being, what is my point? I forget. Don't get old. You forget stuff. Anyway, so we're coming 25 to and 65. So we're coming in 90, 65 plus 25. So this point is going to be at 90. So once we get that point marked at the center, then we'll draw a regular line that's 40 units long. So let's come in. Going to look from the top down. Sketch. I'm working in this surface, so I'll click this surface. I'm going to find the center, right? I'll get a snap. I should get a snap. Oh, let me pick line and construction first. There's my snap, so that's right in the center. I'm going to come down. I want it again to be orange, so I know I'm going perfectly perpendicular. And I said this is going to be 90. Alright, I'm going to escape. Now I'm going to draw my line that's 40. Again, make sure it's orange. Type 40, enter. Not sure why I added that line, my bad. So it's 40, and you'll notice the radius of this oval piece is 10. Right, so 10. So in order to make that cut out very quickly, I'm going to come up here to, it's initially the offset tool, but I'm going to change it to slot. Oops, I did offset. So Control Z, just undo that. So I've changed the offset to the slot. I'm going to click this line, and the diameter is 20. So now I have this oval. Again, I'm going to extrude it, and it's 10. But I need to click solid and remove. That didn't work. Let me hit Control Z and double click the sketch. There we go. So now I want to extrude the oval. Solid, remove, and 10. Alright, so we've almost got our shape. The only thing we have to now do are round off some of these edges. Here this edge is 20. These are going to be a radius of 25. Alright, so the whole diameter is 50, so they're 25 radius, and this one is a radius of 20. So notice I'm not going to select any tools. I'm just in the drawing, and we can see this thing called fillet, and it's the three-dimensional version, right? So for those of you who have used fillet before, you know we can fillet a 2D shape. Here we're going to fillet the 3D shape. So fillet, and then all we have to do is click this edge. Can't click here, not here. Has to be this edge. And then it asks for the radius, so circular. Radius is 20. Enter. And we can just rotate around and pick this edge as well. And green check. So we want to do the same thing up here. So fillet, Again, I'm not in any sketch, so I get the 3D fillet option. We know the radius is 25, so I'm just going to rotate so I can see this a little better. I'm going to click here and here, here, and this one. Alright, green check. And there we go. We started out with a two-dimensional outline, and then some simple tools, extruding holes and rounding edges, and boom, we have our final shape.